Live from Music City, Nashville, Tennessee. This is your motivational, sensational, inspirational, educational, aspirational, international, keenly awaited, daily created, highly anticipated edition of the afternoon swing trading floor with your humble host, Jerremy Alexander Newsome, with another daily dose of mentally delicious brain food, reminding each of you to love life, and trade it. What's going on, folks and friends, team and family, fans and followers from around the world? Hope you're doing awesome. And I hope you're excited. Today is Wednesday, spelled with an I. Most likely, depends, possibly, but probably. What's going on, Cindy? How are you? Cindy says, hi, everyone. What's going on? Edward, Jay, Bill, Andrew, Mike, Hildy, Robin, Pam, Ariel, Rhea. The whole squad's in the building. I love it. I bet you guys are going to get all fired up on that chat pane. Uh-oh. Tara's here as well. What's going on, Tara? Victor Peters, how are you? Joining us from all the way over there. Scott McKay, what's up, bud? Jonathan says, I like money. Yes. If you want to become richer in your life monetarily, say that out loud at least 2 or 3 times a day for the next year, and you will become a little bit more richer. I love money. Money loves me. I attract money on a daily basis because I do such great things with it. It'll help. It won't do anything negative. What up, Trey? All right, squad. Well, speaking of money, it was a little red this morning out there, and it's become a little bit less red right now, which is, I guess, a good thing. Overall trend is still bullish. I'm still bullish on the markets. It'll be interesting to see what happens, but more often than not, I'm just expecting it to slowly grind higher. Here's the weekly chart. Robert says the Powell pump. He gets blamed if it goes up. He gets blamed if it goes down. But this monthly chart still looks so strong to me. I mean, it does. It looks good. It looks like we're just going to keep melting higher. Rich says, I was a little worried this morning. Well, you know, I told you guys yesterday that we're going to have a little bit of a pullback. And if we do play it lower, that, you know, it's going to most likely trap some people. And it was a good buy the dip opportunity. So talked about it yesterday. I mean, we're still strong. So just sit back, relax, and let it do its thing at this point. If you're scared, just don't look for that day, right? Because again, right now, I will absolutely do my best to find some directional swing trades. But right now is probably going to be best for position trades because everything is kind of trading the same. And yes, a lot of tech is down. And yes, you know, if the Qs breaks above this resistance, I think we're going to go higher on most tech stocks, but it just depends on what you're in. Because type a 2 into the chat pane if you know and realize that you can just buy this if you want, and you don't have to do anything else. Remember, that was my boss, when he told me that strategy. That was the very first strategy I learned about the stock market. All he does all day long is takes his whole account and buys the Qs when it dips. So on a pullback, he takes his whole account, buys the Qs, and then turns around and sells a covered call. Gets called away, makes a profit, and it does again the next 2-3 weeks, whenever. That's it. That's all he does. You know, and it works. It works. You've had some good dips on the Qs, and he's been doing that since 2010. So good for him. You know, just taking the whole account, making some money on options, selling it, you know, and just holding through. I don't think he buys anything with leverage. No, I don't think he uses margin or anything, but anyway, it's cool. So Qs overall more bullish than bearish. Dow Jones ETF, DIA, still looks strong to me. John says you get a better ROI doing that than buy and hold. Yes. Yep. Well, I mean, literally, that's how you can beat the market, John. You know, is like if you do one successful covered call a year, one successful covered call a year on a market ETF like the Dow or the Qs or the SPY, you literally beat the market. Even if it's by 0.6%, you know, one successful covered call, one time, one good options trade, and you beat the market. Is that amazing or is that amazing? I think that's amazing. JS says, yeah, I have one account that's going to do exactly that. There you go. Cool deal, Barosepi. All right. Well, overall trend on most things is bullish, unless of course it's Teladoc. But let's go look at some individual stocks and see what's going on. First on the list is Super League Gaming, and this is one that AJ brought my way. We were looking at it back on Monday, which I think was this day here. This day? This day. Friday. He came to my house Friday. Friday? Yeah. So we were looking at it on March 12th. And since then, I mean, it has been bouncing up, right? Remember, you can trade just about anything. If it has a chart, it has a heart. As long as you focus on it and know your math, it's all about risk mitigation. Because again, my friends, keep in mind, we can go through all kinds of stocks. I'm not going to trade all of these. I'll probably only trade 5% of these on this list. But every one of us has the ability to go and find a pattern, exploit that pattern, do the math, make cash flow, pull out that cash flow, buy an asset, decrease your liabilities, and become financially free within the next few years if you're not already. By the way, for those who are, type in a 3. For my financially free people, throw in some 3s. Where you at? Robert Falco, I love it. Ron Demerit, so proud of you. Justin Maxwell, well done. Marta, my girl. Oscar, whoo, I love it. Jonathan Wade says 2.99. He's close. Derek is close too. He gave me a 2.57. So we got some real close in the house. Brett Glover is halfway there with a 1.5. But guys, that's so fantastic. That's thrilling. Scott McKay, I was waiting for you, man. I was like, come on, Scott. What are you doing over there? Just doing whatever you want from wherever you want in the world. That's freedom, my friends. We can always amplify freedom, but remember, money just amplifies who you are now. So if you're afraid of something, right? If you're afraid of something and you get more money, you're going to be afraid of it even bigger. Got to embrace it. Got to embrace it. Anyway, long story short, Super League Gaming, trend looks bullish. I personally wanted to buy it off of 5, so I didn't get filled. I didn't get filled. I tried to buy it off of 5, which is the 20 EMA, missed it, and that's that. So keep your eyes on it. Derek, you might really like watching this one, man. This is kind of up your alley. I know you're you help video game influencers become next level. And yeah, Super League Gaming can be something worth watching for you. Not a very unvolatile stock. I don't know if that's a word, unvolatile. Non-volatile is probably the better word. All right, SFTW, Osprey Tech, still doing nothing for present moment. Derek says it's on the list. Volatiles. Volatless. Yes, that's it. That's the word I was looking for. Osprey still doing absolutely jack squat. Now, again, there's a lot of people that bought a lot of it at 17 because, you know, you couldn't wait for a whole week. So if you liked it at 17, oh, it's at 11. This actually is a decent little spot to consider a long on it, though, realistically. I'm not saying you have to. I'm just saying if you're interested in this SPAC and the future of it. AJ did have a video on our TikTok about Osprey Tech acquisition. It's just kind of chilling out right now. And I think in general, if you're playing it, this is where you're playing it. I don't have any positions in this one personally, so I'm still waiting it out. All right, FUTU. That's the ticker. Random story about my childhood. The first time I ever cussed, technically it wasn't really a cuss word. I was so, embarrassed is not the right word, but I thought it was just the funniest thing ever. Because my dad, we went to Hoover Dam and he made me write like essays about everything that we always did together. And we went to Hoover Dam and he said, Jeremy, tell your mom that damn story. I was like, what? Like I've never heard my dad use that word before. And he's like, yeah, tell her all about it. And so anyway, that was the very first time. The reason I was bringing that up is because of FUTU. It's kind of, you know, that's why I went to University of Florida and not Florida University. You know, there's a slight difference, So this particular stock, it was up a lot. This was one that we actually, my mentorship group kind of stumbled upon not massively long ago. Obviously, we didn't ride all of it the way up. We should have. That would have been cool, Edward. But we did make a little bit of money on this one. And it was a small position, but man, how cool would it have been to buy at 40 and sell at 200, huh? Where was that heads up, man? But we did play this one in my mentorship group. And yes, a few people have asked when the next one's coming out. I'm still working on that. Although I'm 97% sure whenever the next one does come out, it'll be on the weekends. I don't know who decided to do a free week hedging with options and a mentorship group at the same time, but that dude was feeling very time abundant. So FUTU, long story short, I want to buy it at a lower price than where it is now, and therefore I'm waiting. It was a great, great breakout, solid run. I mean, look at this. Who can't make money in this type of market? Right? Everyone can. And who can make money in this type of market? Well, that's us, right? That's you guys. It's harder. A lot of times once you're in, you have to wait. And I don't have any position on this one. I don't think anyone here does. But yeah, bottom line, if you're buying it, probably buy it near the 50, which is about 125, and just do so with small size because it could pull back a lot more. EPZM, health technology, hashtag biotech. Good old biotech. I still don't know what biotech even means. You have a support level about 923. I was putting this one on the list because it actually had it potentially had a gap the other day and it ended up not actually opening up there. This could be a double bottom. So whoever requested EPZM the other day, if we close above 970, I would simply say, let it close above there and then buy the retest, buy the dip. Amazing. That's it. That will be fun. That's all I got. All right, next on the list, FireEye. Ticker symbol FEYE, and FireEye down today, as a lot of tech stocks are. But I do like the weekly morning star reversal on FireEye. This is the time to begin to watch this little guy. I did get in and out of this one at one point for, I think, a small loss. I think I got in here somewhere and got out here somewhere. It was really negligible. There wasn't anything special about it. But long term, hammer off the 100. Beautiful. Back on March 5th. I would like to buy somewhere down there. This does look like the general market, which again makes it hard to swing trade because there's a lot of things that are, well, going straight up, and then there's a lot of things that just look like everything else. So it's a little bit of a challenge, but meaning it's a challenge to be in all of them. Obviously, you can't be in all of them, so pick one or two that you like and just play those. If I get a chance to buy FireEye back at 19, I think I will, and my stop would be like 17, and that'd pretty much be it. But this weekly chart looks really good, and the monthly chart also looks really toasty. Now, again, could you just buy 1,000 shares of FireEye right now and just forget about it for the next year or so? And the answer is yes, right? Will it go up to 30? I don't know. Will it go up to 45? I don't know. Could it do both of those? Absolutely. Will it? I would like to think so. Based on the technical chart, fundamentals though, they're still a little sketchzilla. FireEye needs to do a little bit better. Brett says Johnny G had the low almost to the penny on his chart from a month ago. Yeah, man, this was the very similar line that I had with Johnny, about 18 bucks. But yeah, man, Johnny is a charting machine, a chartist. FireEye, buy it low, hold it long enough if you want. All right, FLGT, Fulgent Genetics. Now, this is one that my mentorship group did trade. We actually did make some decent money on this one. We were back trading this one not too long ago, and I will always and forever remember this pattern. The easiest pattern of all time. Look at that volume. Bloop. Talk about a volume pinch. Look at it. What do you guys think it's going to do from there? You know, like what does that look like? So we didn't see that at that time, obviously. We came and found it right about here is when we started trading FLGT. So right around this hammer, these two hammers. So yeah, Edward did pretty okay on this one. And now you got a massive pullback, and now you have an inverted head and shoulders pattern. Inverted head and shoulders, knees and toes. So if you're playing FLGT, yeah, ginormous candle, probably buy the pullback into about halfway of the candle. So stop below the candle, and that's probably about it. Now, will that work? I don't know. No idea, but it could. This was a really interesting find. This thing has just been cruising, going from good old $9 a share 6 months ago, by the way, to $120 a share. Genetics. Random, but man, all you had to do, like the hardest thing to do, I think, in trading is to wait. That's it. That's the hardest thing. Just not do anything. It's the hardest thing. Because again, I know it seems annoying in trading, but 99% of trading, my friends, is practice to see a pattern that can change your life forever. That should be 99% of trading. It's just practicing. And then when you see it, go, okay, this is it. And when all of it matches up, just be in it for a while. You know, something like over here. I mean, going from 50 to 170, especially with call options, could have been diabolical, you know, as far as profits are concerned. Anyway, buy the dip. That's what I'm getting at. Now, this one, there's a lot of people that love this one. A lot of people. Nano Dimension. Was this the movie from The Wasp Man? Wasn't that a movie? The Wasp Man? Ant-Man. The Wasp was like the villain. The Wasp. Wasp Man and Ant-Man. Sure. So anyway, Nano Dimension. Interesting one white soldier candle on a weekly chart. Monthly chart. Hammer candle off of the moving averages. Daily chart. Bouncing nicely. Jay says, I got loads of Nano Dimension. Well, I'm glad it rallied for you. It really does look like an inverted head and shoulders pattern to me on most things, honestly. So if you're in it, it's probably one of those situations where you should just kind of sit back and just chill. I got it. You know, so that's kind of what I'm thinking. Yeah, NNDM, Nano Dimension. Stay in if you're in, I guess, or maybe get into a collar, do some covered calls, or just sit back and relax. On most things, I know I've said this a million times, but if we close below the low of today's candle, it'll probably be worth just getting into some protection just in case. Ping, all right. Which I think was Mulan's name in the original Mulan. Did you guys watch the new one? I was confused with the new one because unless it was just me, they didn't have any songs. And I was like, I thought that was the point of Disney movies, was to have songs. They took all the songs away. Spoiler alert. Edward, of all people, you didn't see Mulan? I'm just kidding. Was that racist? Oh man. It's all right. It's good. The original's still better, but anyway. Ping. Mike says I enjoyed it. I did. I did enjoy it. It was good. It was good. You know, it's really not bad. Like I was looking for this kind of shape. It's just you have so many bear candles. That's what I'm interested in. Like tons and tons of bear candles. I'm interested in taking out those bear candles. If we can do that, this thing really could move. This is a packaged IT company. One of those buy low, sell high. That's why I kind of pulled up the weekly chart. So this is the weekly chart. It's been down here before. We've bounced. It could bounce again. Interesting. I'm going to keep this one on our radar. Next Monday, we'll throw it on here. So tomorrow is Thursday, and then you got Matt DeLong, and I'll be back on Monday. Okay, so today is Wednesday. All right, MOMO on the MOMO, pure inception, hashtag Leonardo. That's a pretty cute hammer on MOMO. That is nice. With volume, perfect trap. Let me just go look at the weekly chart. I mean, the only thing, I do mean the only thing I don't like about it is it's an absolute downward ski slope. All the moving averages on all main time frames are betting against this one. So I'm not saying it can't work. I'm just simply saying if you're looking at trading it, this is how I would just play this hammer. I'd do that if I was up nicely. If you have like an R to burn on something, if you don't have an R to burn, I would wait. Angie's list. Angie, is this really up to my exact entry post-market? How interesting. Tell me it's on low volume. If it's on low volume, we'll just set that up. Not really. Okay. Well, that was going to be the price that I would have gotten in anyway. So, and we got 5,000 shares traded over there. And 1671 by 1531. Daily chart. Yeah, that could be a epic gap tomorrow. Okay. Give me 3 seconds. I'm going to put this on my list because I'm in the day trading room tomorrow morning, unless something weird occurs. Thursday morning. And okay, ANGI. This is the hourly charts. I think I actually get all the way down to here. 1662 by 1522 is going to be the setup for me. And what I'll do is I will make that official tomorrow morning if it's still up there. So what I'm going to do is, just to make sure everyone's nice and confused, I'm going to throw it in here and just type it in, just type in ANGI, and that's it. And I'll come back to it tomorrow morning. That way I get 400 emails about it. And then I'll let everyone know, like, hey guys, it's all good. If it still is up there tomorrow, then we should be okay. Harold says the gap was probably a fat finger, only 100 shares. Yeah, it wasn't tons. It wasn't tons. You did have some shares right here that was pre-market. So if I hover over this one, it says 5,000. So it doesn't have to be exactly at 17. So you got some here, you got some here. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm not saying you're wrong, Harold. It's just that, you know, it could be a great gap. Long story short, I was looking at getting in there anyway. So if it can pull back, we'll play it accordingly. But yeah, Angie, I'll make sure it's on the list for the tomorrow afternoon. And I'll make sure it's on the list for the morning room. RIOT, AKA Bitcoin, AKA cryptocurrencies. I loved this one. This is when Tony last Friday did the afternoon swing trading room. And I loved his analysis on this one. It was spot on. He said, guys, this looks incredibly strong. If you're in, stay in. If it breaks above this candle, it's just going to keep going. Buy the dip. Hashtag end quote. So I took my notes, and yeah, RIOT, blockchain, bang. There's your breakout. There's your wicked pair candle. There's your false breakout. There's your retest. There you go. There's your money. So RIOT, lickin' toasty, SUMO, SUMO, SUMO Logic. I know Brett and a few other traders are watching this one close. Close Magos. Rich says, I'm in, covered calls and put sales on RIOT, I think. Rich. Yeah, SUMO Logic. I mean, long story short, it's out of support. Buy low, sell high. That's it. It's getting to a low area. You had a lot of bear volume coming here. I would be tiptoeing in with the smallest of toes if I was buying here. Hasn't hit the support yet, but there is a reason why I could bounce here for sure. So if you're having some, it makes sense. Rich, yeah, man, I get it. I understand. Churchill Capital. So far, Mr. Squiggles doing his dirty work, doing what he was hired to do. So Churchill Capital, we looked at that one the other day. It's obviously retesting to the spot that it would make sense to retest, since it was a nice retest gap over earnings on a company that has 4 vehicles. And with this candle, obviously, if it goes higher or breaks higher, moves bullish, you'd have to be more bullish than bearish, one would assume. Tis the assumption. Okay. Reginald, renewable energy, REGI. Wow. Michael says Kramer was pumping CCIV. Yeah. Yeah, makes sense. Lucid Motors. I believe this is a share offering. Boy, oh boy. That would be a very intriguing stock to play short, wouldn't it, if it takes out that low? Remember, if you have MOMO on the daily chart, what is the highest probability MOMO on the 78-minute? Answer, MOMO bearish, right? So if you are playing something and it gives you a bearish signal on the daily chart and it gets you the bearish signal on the 78-minute, it just has a higher probability. It doesn't mean the long one won't work. But yeah, this looks like a stock offering. It probably will bounce here. If it doesn't, it could sink a little bit lower. It could go all the way down to 55. That's a decent candle. I'll put on the list tomorrow just in case, because I'd like to short something, even for a day trade or maybe a put purchase or something. Renewable Energy Group. Got it. Oh yeah, tomorrow. Sorry. No need to be putting these on the list for tomorrow. Do you guys know what we're doing tomorrow? We're back trading. Back trading tomorrow. Yeah. Gonna learn something. So I'll go ahead and I'll tell you guys so that you can remind me, because I'll be putting my body to the limit tomorrow. Tomorrow when we're getting here, I'll be at 48 hours with no food. So doing a water fast only, which means I'm just drinking water for 64 hours. And so I'll be back trading and it'll be interesting. Put my body to the limits, see what's going to happen. But yeah, all right, back trading tomorrow. Got it. Probably going to do like a shorter time frame, 78-minute chart, maybe a MOMO, maybe an hourly, maybe a 2-hour. Probably something less than a daily chart on whatever you guys pick. So it'll be fun. Eric says you got to eat to keep those biceps. Yeah. John says in the afternoon room. Yep, right here. I'll be right here. All right, in phase energy. I'm trying to figure out what phase of the market this is in. I think it's distribution. Most energy stocks are, right? We had a massive run up. Oh, it's just the greatest candle of all time on the weekly chart. Overall, good pullback. Yes, it needs a little bit more of a pullback, but does it have to go lower than it is now? No. This could be it. And again, I'm not saying the world will end and everyone will just go home and all the bears will take over. But man, if we do take out these candles on in phase, I'd probably have to get in short, even if it's for a day or two. Same thing I did on AMD, Apple, and Zoom, even though I lost on all 3 of those. It's better to have it and not need it. So remember, when you buy insurance, my dear friends, generally you think about it as an expense. When I buy puts on something I think is going to go up longer term, but I'm buying puts on it as a protection, very frequently I'm thinking to myself, yeah, I'm probably going to lose on this trade. This is just insurance. Let me see if it works. Now, Facebook was almost a weekly options newsletter trade for me. It wouldn't have filled though, so don't feel bad. My entry I wanted to buy was down here at 273, so we wouldn't have gotten filled on Facebook. But Jason might get called away on Friday. He's got a covered call and he might be just getting called away on that one. Very nice distribution phase on Facebook. Daily chart is strong. This had a gloriously delicious hammer on March the 12th. Really good play, nice retest, good breakout. Boo -boo. Really pretty pattern, wicked pair candle pattern right here. In fact, I didn't notice this the other day, and that's my bad. This is actually a battalion of soldiers. One white soldier followed by a one black crow followed by a one white soldier, even though the third candle doesn't technically go above the first one white soldier. Battalion of soldiers, pretty strong candle pattern. That one is not bad. So long story short, probably buy the dip on Facebook, most likely going to go higher. All right, First Solar. I heard Edward has some positions on First Solar and he's just sitting back, letting it do its thing. So we will see. It came down to the 200 simple. And I feel pretty good about my my First Solar trade. Getting out of my calls, taking a small gain. And this bad boy has pulled back in. Edward says, am I going to get in with him? Yeah. Especially if we make some type of bullish movement tomorrow. I think today was just kind of like that flush, that shakeout period. We will see, obviously, but yeah, getting in down here, something bullish on First Solar as like either a position trade, probably a position trade makes the most sense. Edward says, I'm in 2022 85 call options. All right, let's get Terry says, dang guys, may have to go back into the workforce like you, Ed. If something doesn't start happening soon, right? Good old workforce. All right, First Solar, buy low, sell high. MRK. MRK. This one does look a little different than the market. You got actually 3 days ago when we were a little bit bearish, you got a really, really good high wave candle here that had a retest gap. Inside candle, four days of inside in a row, fake out, perfect close on March 15th. It's a great entry. Yeah, weekly chart, phenomenal. Look at that bounce. Wow. I see why you're in, Harold. I see why you are in. Looks grand, grandiose. MRK has also been around for about a year or two, I think. Yeah, man. Looks good. So targets up here around 79.5 if you're looking at selling, and if you got in longer term at these prices, well done. AMD. You guys would never believe what AMD did this morning. You would never believe. AMD sold off this morning. What? What? It sold off? Yep, sure did. Gapped up, sold off $1.20, bounced, and later in the afternoon came right back down to the exact same place that it bounced earlier this morning and bounced again. Jake Neal got 3 R's from shorting, going long, shorting, going long. Killer. Day trading this little beast. Sometimes just, you gotta be quick, but it's not hard. Yeah. Very nice breakout too, later in the day. Random breakout, but decently nice. Long-term moving averages, trading sideways. I got a covered call for 82 this Friday. It might expire worthless. We shall see, but the day trading was very, very nice on AMD today. Very nice. We'll see what it does from here. So far, hanging out. If I get called away this Friday, that's fine. I'll probably leave it till expiration. Most likely, I'll be able to buy it back for less than I sold it for. That's what I'm thinking. All right, Exxon Mobil. Ooh, Exxon hanging by the skin of its teeth. Exxon is up here. Look how high this is. A matter of time before it pulls back to 55. I don't have any positions in this one. I'm just waiting it out. But if you do, I'm not saying it's going to go to 0. I'm just saying I think it's going to pull back some. That is all. All right. So yeah, ExxonMobil monthly chart, possible double bottom, hanging out. It's looking cute. All right, American Well. Bro, it looks like it's falling into a well. That's what it looks like. American Well. What rhymes with well and starts with an H? More like that. Anyway, it needs some medical attention. This is a true statement. Earnings are around the corner, and I'm just going to wait out and see what it does. Just got to give it some time. Possible double bottom. Most likely earnings come out. They don't do anything. Probably gap up, and it's just going to trade sideways. Again, realistically, I know a lot of people are in American Well, myself included. At this point, it probably is just a waiting game. Right? I mean, we've been down here before, and yes, we came down here before and bounced perfectly, but it's not going to happen that exact speed. As we get closer to earnings, depending on what it does, I might buy 1 or 2 puts right here just in case it gaps below and just starts scorching the very earth upon which we walk. And then we'll rename it American Hell Corporation. But if it does double bottom and gets a little bit of a gap up, should be good to go. We will see. Be impatient, not going to stress out. It actually is a good company that does legit things. Right, Tabitha? Right? Tell me they're good. Tell us all that they actually do things. Tabitha, tell us it's okay. All right. Michael says, is this a good leaps play? I think so. I don't personally have any leaps on it. I just have shares because it's not massively expensive, and I don't really mind holding through some fluctuations. I'm weirdly in healthcare, I guess, way too heavier than I should be. I mean, I guess it makes sense that when COVID is cured, you don't need healthcare anymore. But Mike says Biden equals healthcare. You know, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. I heard he still has 4 more years in office, though. That's what I've heard. All right. Bumble, BMBL. Bumble hanging out. Megaphone pattern. Well, kind of. Maybe. I don't know yet. We'll see. It could do something. I mean, this is it's all over the place. Buy low, sell high. I don't really have any I don't have any position on Bumble right now. I do know someone who bought $1,000 worth at IPO open, and it's just going to hang out and do its thing for a while. That's all I got. Michael says, I used Bumble last Sunday night. Nice. Nice. So you bought some shares in. Monday at open, you bought some shares, 69, went up to 72, got $3 a share. All the people in relationships are like, how was it? Tell us. We don't know. Harold says, I hope you don't get catfished. Mike says, I used to use Bumble on my hair. Oh, man. You guys are cracking me up. Tab says, I'm on Tinder. Tell me if I need to switch. Oh, you guys are cracking me up. Justin says, how? And now I find it's a good dating app. Yeah, I don't know. I just go to Chick-fil-A. You know, that's where you meet the future. Just go to Chick-fil-A. Oh man. All right, I don't know what to say on Bumble. All I'm saying is if you are if you're still in the game, I'm out the game. I'm out the game, happily out the game. But if you're in the game, own some shares of it, even if it's one share. Oscar says, when is the Chick-fil-A IPO? Never. Never. Oscar says 100% position portfolio size if they do. Oh, bro, I've told numerous people if Chick-fil-A goes public, there's no need for real life trading. Every video, every blog post, everything I say will just be like, hey, just take all of your money and just buy Chick-fil-A and then just hold it until it goes higher. Yeah. Cores. I did have a option set up on this one. We didn't really get super close to filling, but we didn't not get close to filling. I will buy a dip if it comes in. I mean, we have it set up to buy a dip, so that's all I got to say on tap. Could it go higher? Absolutely. Feel free to watch it. I didn't get filled. Mike says leaving it open. Yep, I'll leave it open until Tuesday of next week. It's what, today's Wednesday. So yeah, Thursday, Friday. Yeah. Just in case we get some type of crazy spike down. I have been known to, cancel an options trade and then it fills. And I've also been known to not cancel and fills. I'll leave it open until Tuesday. And then if I see that some volatility might get sucked out of it, I might lower the limit to like $1.55 or $1.45. But either way, if we don't get filled, no big deal. We will see. This is a Pokemon CBAT. CBAT. Weekly chart, trading sideways, looks good. Morningstar reversal. Monthly chart, super sideways. Big hammer, nice hammer on the daily chart. Yeah. It hit a target. It looks like everything else, more or less. Energy technology, CBAC. Boom, boom, boom. So, all right, Palantir. So Palantir, if you're playing this one, it gapped down to the 100 and got bought up today. I know everyone and their mom was looking for Palantir to go higher. The best news is literally like, this is your hammer, and it broke above your hammer and it came back to retest the hammer. And here, I'm going to write this note in here. What day? If Palantir doesn't get over 28 by April 1st, it's a dud. Dud city. Michael says, I have a May 30 call. Pray for me. I got May 40, bro. So we're all praying together. Prayers coming your way, homie. But yeah, if it doesn't get above 28, I mean, it's meh. So that's Palantir. Now, Tesla, on the other hand, I may or may not have gone long again on Tesla at open today off the 100 simple with a pre-created limit buy. I think I was talking about that not too long ago. And put sale, April, probably buy that back soon. Possible inverted head and shoulders. Type in a 9 if you remember me saying strongest candle I've ever seen on Tesla. This will make it very clear. I am in net long on Tesla. This is very, very strong. Very strong. So we're gonna do one of these guys, something like this probably, and I will buy more and just be as patient as I can. What if we close below this candle? I'm gonna call Bill and live with him. That's probably what I'll end up doing. So Bill, clean out that closet, man. Get that extra room ready for me. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm not leveraged that heavy at all. If we close below there, I'll just short it for some day trades and wait it out. But long story short, I am in Tesla bullish. I'm in. Sundial. I can look at Sundial for you, Tab. If you have options, you can't get out because the option markets are closed. Oh, man. All right, that's Tesla. All right, ENLV. ENLV Therapeutics. ENLV. No idea. No clear. There's a lot of moving averages though, acting as a support. A lot of them. You got the 50 acting as a resistance, but if I were playing this one, just do so with tiny size and best of luck. It just looks like an extremely volatile therapeutics. I don't know what that is. It sounds like every time a biotech therapeutic company, I'm like, yeah, that sounds good. Let's do that. So anyway, just be careful on it. I don't have any position on that one. Clover Health. I'm glad I'm avoiding this one so far. Now I say avoiding. You guys remember we took this and got stopped out over here? Yeah. Good old Chamath apparently is not infallible. Perfect hammer. Let's see if I can get back into this hammer down here. Mike is long at this level. Mike says, gotta believe. All right, man. Well, CLOV, I will put that on the list for Monday. CLOV. All right, I'll buy. Down here, it does look buyable. It looks more buyable than not buyable. I agree. Man, this looks a lot like Pinterest chart to me. Talk about two different everything. Mike says the tech is pretty cool. Bro, they have cool tech, bro. Bro. Get it on the tech, bro. I'm trying to find a pattern here. Okay, let's see. So you had primary support. Just need medical facilities to buy it. It's like a Pursuit of Happiness movie with Will Smith. You just got to have some doctors buy a random thing that they don't actually need. That's it. That's all you have to do. Just sell it to rich people. They will pay for it. That should be their sales training. Yeah, I can't really find an exact pattern, although it doesn't look massively different, all right? Just looks a little bit more exaggerated. Like this would be the gap that happened here. This would be the compression that happened here. Just looks like a shorter example. So let me zoom in, which means this candle today would have to be either this one or this one. So if we take out the low of this candle, I don't think it's going to be great anytime soon. So if we hold it, it should go higher. Just based on that random chart comparison. Two totally different everything. but maybe, right? Never know. Okay, that is it on CLOV. FISV, FISERV. How many can you serve at once? Oh, wow. Oh, they've been around forever. Look at this, just marching up the hill. It would feel the best to buy it right where it is now. Old resistance. So if you're buying here, buy very, very small size. Otherwise, you want to buy a pullback. Yeah, this one didn't even have the great bear market of February 23rd. This one up on February 23rd. That was your signal right there. Shoot Magoot. I didn't do that scan. I need to do that scan more. Dang it, I keep forgetting about finding stocks that are strong when the market's weak. Great bear market of February 23rd. Look at this strong candle closing above all that. I mean, is that not the most obvious entry there, stop there of all time? Bam, there's the fill. If you didn't get filled there, there's the second, third fill right there. High wave, bear candle, add to it if it breaks above there. Bang, find more. Selling right there. Lock it in the gain. All right, well, anyway, that's all I got. Brett says, do you share scans at all? Yeah, man, every now and then I'll share a scan or two. Long story short, when I do a scan for stocks that are, when the market's down a lot, I just look for stocks that are up. So I look for strong candles that close bullish. That's pretty much it. When the market's down heavy. Today it wasn't really down heavy, right? I mean, it was down heavy at the open, but worked out okay. QS, I was really hoping we get filled today on QS, QuantumScape. But I did not get filled on this one, so I'm gonna have to cry myself to sleep. Accumulation though. Justin says, got tired of waiting, sold it at 64.44 for 3.4 Rs. Wow, good job, man. Hey, I'll take that. Well done, hero. Well done. QS, accumulation station. See what it does. All right, Rev Group. Oh, motor vehicles. Did they announce an EV? That's what I'm waiting on Ferrari to do. Like, come on, Ferrari. Hurry up. Terry says, I worked for them before. It's a strong gap. It's a really strong gap. Yeah, I mean, it is a consolidation. I wouldn't buy the breakout of that consolidation. It's up there. I would want to buy a pullback into probably 16 and some change, high 16s. Yeah. I'll put that on the list for next Thursday, since they build buses for Transportation Thursday. All right. It's been raining all day in Nashville. Okay, so Rev Group, buy low, sell high, buy the pullback. I would be very cautious buying a breakout. IQ, so we talked about this on the other day. It has pulled back some. Really good bullish candles back in here. So if you are buying some dips on IQ, cool, very, very pretty hammer. I think a lot of people are excited about this accumulation breaking out, and it absolutely could. Amazing how well that support of $15 has been holding up on IQ. Incredible. So don't get caught sleeping when this thing breaks out to the upside. It's a really, really pretty looking candle. Keep this on your watch list ever so often if you want. I mean, obviously you don't have to. I'll put on the list for Monday. And yeah, today was a good buying the dip opportunity. Bunch of bear, bunch of bear candles, kind of somewhat gapping down to the 50 EMA. How would I have faded this one? Ooh. How would I have faded this one? I would have missed it. I think. What do you think, Edward? Would I have zoomed in on a 3-minute and played this by this? Maybe. Probably not. Because I'm a chicken. I've been trading scared for like 3 weeks. I just don't want to lose money until things start heating up. Guys, I'm really good at doing nothing for a long time. If you feel like you haven't been doing much, good. Go study, go back trade, go find other ways to make money. A lot of ways to make money out there. Go do some push-ups or something. The trend will be beautiful at some point. It'll start shaping up again. That's how it was for the overall broader markets, right? October was kind of Pooville, and then November, amazing. December, amazing. January, ridiculous. February, what the living world? What? Right? So really, if you have started RLT since mid-February, this is just a little bit of a challenge right here. That's all. There will be a time where it all syncs up again. It's all beautiful. It's not always the case, but yeah, just give it some time. Because remember, and not to shine light on something you guys don't already know, everyone starts when it's the easiest. Right? So this is when everyone wants to learn about the stocks right there. And this is when everyone gets punched in the face, and this is when all the new people quit right here. So just avoid that. Avoid quitting. Don't give up. Just don't lose a lot of money while you learn. Keep grinding. It works. I promise. It's worth it. I promise. It is worth it. All right. What day? Wednesday. Tay says I'm doing push-ups all day. I love it. That's it. All right. And last but not least, this is the one that Tabitha wanted to look at. Sundial gapping up a little bit with earnings tonight. And yes, you can't sell it because you have options. So you can't sell options when the market's closed. So yeah, best of luck. If it gaps up and if it takes out 174 at some point, that's probably best case scenario. But right now it's just kind of hanging out. So just sit back, relax, and do your best. We talked about that on Monday. I mentioned to sell that on Tuesday at open, which was $1.73. So we'll just kind of have to see. Give it some time. We'll find out. Edward says, what ticker we're going to back trade tomorrow? Well, I got to do some magic. I can't talk about it now because I don't want people to think I'm cheating. So as always, I'll pick it at that time. We'll do a game. We'll find out what we're trading. But tomorrow we're back trading, folks. Justin says, thanks, Jay. Going to walk the dog before the thunderstorm. Stay south of the tornadoes. Yeah, let's all do that if that's possible. Tomorrow, my friends, we back trade. I will see you here. Thank you, by the way, for enriching lives with the real life trading. In 30 minutes, I'm going to talk about Real Life Foundation. If you guys want to be a part of that, don't feel pressured to donate or give. You can give or donate if you want. But I'm going to be talking about the foundation. I know every stock market edu company in the world is creating a nonprofit right now. Right? They're all doing it. All the stock market companies are doing foundations and nonprofits and giving away their education for free. I get that. So I figured I would jump on the bandwagon and do the same thing and really find an amazing, amazing way to just pour into the world in small ways or big ways. So I will see you guys in 30 minutes for that. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, I love you all so much. Thank you for being here. I'll see you tomorrow in the greatest Thursday of all time. And until then, love life, live life, and trade it. Bye.